All right. A little, I like pedaling sometimes on that 2 chord, gives you a sus sound. So, all right, welcome. Just a little walking, a little blowing before the lesson. I like to do that for you. So walking bass. This is our 3rd entry in our YouTube series, Walking Bass Best Advice. Now, the purpose of the lesson is to take what we did in the first lesson, the second lesson, and combine them. And I believe that I mentioned in our previous lesson, when you take the major 2/5, we're doing long form 2/5s here. C minor, 7, F7 to B flat major, and then you repeat the 1 chord. We're not going to the 6th chord. When you do that, you take the major, and in this case, we're playing a 2/5-1, and we're going to repeat it, okay? But then when you combine it, follow it with the 2/5 into minor, and again, we're going to repeat that too, so we have 16 bar progression. When you do that, you are playing what is called the key cycle. You're getting the major system and the minor system together, and that's what you call the key cycle. So, I know that a lot of you know major chords, you know minor chords, but do you really understand the minor system? Right? So you've got minor 7 flat 5 chords. Right? So you harmonize those chords. In this case, we're talking about G harmonic, G minor. So you're doing the same thing on the minor that you're doing on the major. You're harmonizing the scale material. And so I know a lot of you are not used to doing that. Even if you've done it a little bit on the major, and minor comes along, and you just kind of play the chords, but you don't do the same thing on that system. So it is a system, and I just want to throw that out there right now, and it's something we're going to return to. So again, what we're doing is we're combining the first and second lesson, and I'm going to play the same lines that we learned, but I'm going to back them up together. So 8 bars major, 8 bars minor. 2 4-bar progressions each. The same ones we learned. Remember, half notes on the 1. 2s and 5ths, right? So there's the first 2. Now we're going minor. Check it out. Oh, that's the second one. Here's the first. There we go. That's the second major. Here's the third minor. There's that sus. So there's your lines that we memorized. And I do want you to memorize them, take them apart, see what each part of the chord is, the line. You're just going right up the scale. B flat major, of course, it's a C minor 7, right? So here's that progression. So that's that nice sweet sound, you know. But I want you to identify what the note is on the chord, you know, the notes you're using. So you're playing right off the root, playing up the scale, chromatic, using that E natural, going to the 5 chord, and you're walking down right to the root. So do that, sing those lines, identify those notes, really important. So now remember what our interim step was to play those same roots and fifths and just rhythmatize them a bit. You could play quarters on those, but also a little rhythmic gesture. Remember what I said about these quarters and any other value rhythmically that you play, remember the note that we are seeking. Fat, old-timey quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dum 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 dum. Any other note that you play has to be just massively subservient to the quarter. That's the first quarter note I want you to be great at playing. And in between, remember, no slop. You want to play that little note in between. I was calling it an eighth in the other videos. You can think of it as a triplet. It doesn't matter. What matters is that that quarter note slams right down when that stick hits the cymbal. Very important. And you just keep things in perspective. And then you'll have a great vantage point to step out and play any of the other, 8, 10, or 20 or 100 different types of quarter notes people play. I mean, it's exaggeration, but there's more modern ones that are longer, a little greasier, and you will learn that by listening. And that's probably even more important than practicing an extra hour a day, is listening to great players. Listen to Sam Jones. Listen to Ron Carter. Listen to Paul Chambers. Listen to Mingus. Listen to these old-time players, man. Listen to Milt Hinton. Listen to Jimmy Blanton. Such great players out there. Listen to Christian McBride, So very important. The listening will help you glue everything together, and then you're going to get super inspired to play as well. So now I'm going to go over the lines, just a few of them, and I'm going to rhythmatize the roots and fifths on the one chord. Just so fun. Remember what I said too, the next step, play triad. So just kind of combining the examples there. You can play a triad when you get to the one chord. When you're ready and you want to go beyond those roots and fifths, beyond that little act of rhythmatizing those notes, which is a great skill to have. Re-rhythmatizing is one of the great tasks, and you're going to understand that when you start getting into the soloing aspect and the rhythm studies aspect of what I do. You're going to really enjoy that, and it's an incredible drill down. Take you about 6 months to learn all of your rhythms and to be able to play them confidently. So that's a little plug for what we're going to do on the website. But so there's a big part of what you want to do this week is combine the major system with the minor. You get that epic chord progression that you want to be great at doing, the key cycle. So when you get to that one chord, start with the halves, go on to a little bit of the rhythmatization, re-rhythmatizing things. If you got the time, if you got the practice time, start playing triads. You got just one more note and you got a walking line. So that's another thing we're going to get to, is playing walking lines on one chord. That's what you call modal, you call it modal walking. You want to be real good at that. So it's like a separate sub topic. So all of its own, So I hope you appreciate that. I want you to remember to sing the lines, see what notes you're using on the chord. Could be it's usually just a scale material from B flat major, but see what it is to the chord, because you've got chromatic notes too. Just see what's happening there. Sing, identify. I like to say identify with a capital I. So you are a conscious player and you know how you're getting inside each of those chords with the lines that you're playing. So there you go. Check the description. I'm going to get some play-alongs in there that you can download from a server. And you'll have the ones that I used today, and maybe a couple more. Oh, and one thing I want to show you too, one thing that I'm going to put in there, is a way to learn this progression without walking. And You can learn a new groove too, just a little Latin sound. Check it out, roots and fifths. C, F7, flat major. Just sweet sounds, you know. Right, so that's a nice groove to have in your bag. That's down the road. Have a lot of talk about that. That's just what I call a generic Latin, generic bassa, straight down the middle. So I hope you subscribe to the channel, rock that bell, and head over to the website. Check out. You can sign up for the free section. You can get 2 smoking-free lessons, and you can check out all the introduction videos to the courses I have. I got about 14 on there, and it's a lot of material to take in. Just kind of expand your mind just looking at all the stuff that I have on there, and that's just the start actually. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Take your time, have a great time, and cultivate patience in your practicing. I'll see you next time.